Morecambe are right now the worst team in League 2. And so this is the time to take over this Morecambe side for rebuild Sombrero and to climb up the divisions. Certainly establish ourselves as one of the best clubs in England. And further down the line, this could take 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 seasons to make ourselves the best club in England and the best club in Europe. However, guys, we are very, very far away from making this team the best team in England and the best team in Europe, because look at these ratings. The best player is Williams, and he's not even our player. He's on loan from Liverpool. Tolid and Duckers, I mean, those are the two strikers, 56 and 59 rating. That is just 54 pace for Duckers, is insane. One rule though of this rebuild is that we can only go in for free agents, no players from any club. We only can go in for frees. But however, until we are in the championship, no player can be above the overall of 70. So 70 max overall is what we are looking for until we are in the championship. Then we can go in for whoever we want, but until then it's going to be a grind. No youth academy is allowed either, so we can't even promote players from there to help us. That is going to be particularly bad because we only have about 879k in our budget. That's not even enough to buy any free agents, I presume. I have decided to go for the gegenpressing style of play. It's maybe a bit optimistic, but I want to try things out with this team. And also with this formation, you can't go for wing play. We have made a few sales just to get in a little bit of money. Stuart Moore goes out, David Tutonda and Jordan Slew. All of those together about 700k. Which means that we are up to about 2 million now in our current budget. A little bit more at least. First off this season, I'm going in for a new goalkeeper because we didn't have any backup at the club anymore. And I've gone in for a starter immediately here, right away. I think it is a Qatari player, Meshal Barsham, coming in from the free agency list, of course. I'm not going to repeat that every time. He's 70 rated. Second player we go in for is a 16-year-old, must be a regen, already in the first season here. He's 65 rated, a centre midfielder. Patrick Bean coming in to Morecambe, an Englishman as well. One more player we go in for this season is a left winger, 24 years old, he's 69 rated. It is the Hungarian Vasil Kuzes, I think he's Hungarian, coming into Morecambe as well. So here we have it then. Bean goes into that centre midfield spot, he's 16-65. We have Kuzes at left wing, 24-69. And Bersham, the final player, 26-70 overall, the Qatari. I'm really keen to see how we do. Williams, of course, I've just seen it. He will return in January to Liverpool. We can't do anything about it. First season with Morecambe is done and dusted, and we finish it 8th place. 8th place, 69 points after 46 games. MK Dons with 82 are the champions of League 2. Gillingham in 2nd and Cheltenham Town in 3rd. We do bag our first trophy of this rebuild though, defeating Fleetwood in the BSM Trophy. Wow. The FA Cup goes to Man City over Arsenal. Here we've been knocked out by the eventual winners Man City in round 3. While the Carabao Cup goes to Liverpool over Manchester City. We actually went to round 4 of the Carabao, not bad. Being defeated only 4-2 as well by Newcastle United. We are looking at 29 goals by Vasil Kuzes, our Czech regen that we bought at the beginning of the season. 22 goals by OG Hope, 15 by Edwards. For a League 2 side, this team is looking good. I mean, 74 rated goalkeeper is very good already. He's grown great. Kuzes has grown as well. The defense could get a little bit better still, especially Stott and Milan. Stott will also join another club when the transfer window opens, so we can already put Ray in there, even though he's old. Morecambe fans would snap a hand off if they had the choice to be 8th at the end of this season. So I think we've done a terrific job. Even in the Cups, we've done really well. Winning, of course, the BSM Trophy, and round 3 and round 4 in the others are great as well. Season 2 is on and we immediately go in for a new right back. He's only 18. A regen, now the regens are flowing in. It is Vittorio Bruno, the Italian, coming in to Morecambe. He's 69 rated at 18 years of age. The second player we signed this season is a new striker. Of course, we need more goals if we want to get up the divisions. And this guy could get this to us, give this to us. He's an Argentinian, he's 21. It is Marcos Echeverria coming in to Morecambe. 21-year-old, 67 rated striker. And the final player I want to go in for this season is a centre midfielder. He's only 17. A Dutchman, 69 rated. We are right now assuring the future of this football club, and we need it because this rebuild is going to take a long time. It is Tim Kramer coming into the club. We've also made some business out. Ben Tullit goes to, I think that is Carlisle United for 220k. Saul Fox Akande goes to Accrington Stanley. Guion Edwards goes to Wiesbaden. Crew Alexandra pick up Jan Songo, and Paul Louis goes to Barrow. However, what I've also noticed there is that we are very weak on squad depth, so I may just do a couple of signings for squad depth reasons. We don't have any rule here on in terms of transfers, how many we can make. We further rejuvenate our squad, bringing in a 19-year-old CDM. He's 67 overall, so he might battle for the starting spot. It is Oswald Novak. Another player who will battle for a starting spot is the new centre-back, 19-year-old, another region from Argentina. In Matteo Jaramillo, coming in once more, 68 rated. And the final player we bring in is an Irishman, a real-life player, right-winger, 23 years of age. Indara Burns. He's 65 rated. Welcome to the club. Our team is now much better in terms of depth. Jaramillo is now the centre-back. He's 1968. Kramer 1769. Novak is there, of course, now as a starter as well. He's 1967. Barsham still the goalkeeper. Bruno the right back. We have Brown still at left wing. Echeverria 2267. That striker. Kuzash the right winger, he's the highest rated player in this starting 11. Below, of course, Barsham, who is 74. Burns is the bench player, 65 rated. And then Season 2 is done and dusted, and we go up as the champions of League 2. Same points than Fleetwood, but better goal difference, I do believe. At least, yeah, no, same goal difference, but must have been head-to-head, was very tight though. We don't win the BSM trophy this season as it goes to Barrow over Tranmere. We have been knocked out by Tranmere in the quarterfinals. The FA Cup goes to Man City over Fulham. Here we've been knocked out by Chesterfield in round 2. 22 goals by Kuzash is great, 21 by Echeverria, very good signing. 19 goals for Bean with 11 assists, 11 for Brown. And then 4 goals for Lewis. 10 assists by Kramer, who has grown to a 74. Great. I mean, looking at the free agents, Jaramillo has grown to a 69. Novak is at a 68. Hasn't really grown much, but Kramer, 74. Kuzash, 74. Burns can now start. He's 67 rated. Otherwise, even Taylor has grown. And goalkeeper Barsham up to a 76. He's also an international player. Bruno at a 73, he's grown as well, very good. Successful second season, even though we've been a bit poor in the cups, still we've won the league, that's the most important thing, and the growth of the players has been alright. To start off the third season, we go in for a new goalkeeper. He's 19 years of age, 70 overall, just on the brink. Of course, we are still not in the championship, so we still can't go in for 70 plus players. For now, it is Alfonso Carvajal coming into the club, presumably as a backup keeper. The next player joining our club is a new left back. He's 23, a real-life player as well, from Spain. It is Joan Puig coming into the club to Morecambe as the new starting left back. As well as bringing in another striker, another 19-year-old. He's 69 rated. It is Javi Romero joining us. Once again on a free, as per usual. This is how our team is looking right now. Puig goes into that left back spot. He's 23.69. Carvajal is 19.70 overall. He goes into that backup goalkeeping role. Backing up Barsham. And then Romero, the final player. He's 1969. Once again, we've sold the whole Easter player. Henry to MK Dons. Charlie Brown goes to Paderborn. Lee Angle to Exeter. Millen goes to Bristol Rovers. Burgoyne to Huddersfield. I don't know if this is Huddersfield. I'm actually not sure. Also means that we are once again very thin in terms of squad depth. So once again, we need to do something, especially on the winger positions. We don't have anything on the wings on the bench. We immediately bring in a new winger, a real life one from Uruguay, by the name of Rossi. He's 24. He will maybe even start ahead of our current left winger. I'm not so sure yet. Nicolas Rossi, 70 overall. We've even sold our backup centre-back, Caden Herrick. He's gone for 440k to France, so we even need to replace him. I had a look at the free agency list and I found one absolute beast from Brazil in that centre-back spot. So that's who we snapped up. Maybe our most talented player so far, Alex Borges, 18-year-old, 70 overall player. Borges pushes Taylor onto the bench. He's 1870 overall. Puig, of course, in the left-back spot. We have Rossi now, the starter at left wing. He's 70 overall. And that's what I love to see. 103 points. We are the champions of League One in our first season as a newly promoted club. What a season. 8 points ahead of Stoke. Only 5 defeats in 46 games. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool over Spurs. While we made it into the quarter-finals. That is crazy. Round 6, where we just about got knocked out by Liverpool 3-2. The Carabao goes to Man City over West Ham. Here we've been knocked out in round 1 by Sheffield United. Nothing new there. And the Bristol Street Motors Trophy goes to Rotherham over Mansfield. Whilst we've been knocked out in round 3 on pens by Mansfield. Having a look at the squad here. Echeverria is 71 rated. Rossi 75. Kuzesh 75 as well. Novak is at a 70 and Kramer at a 79 as a championship player now. Borges 73. Ramillo 71. To start off our championship campaign, I found 3 fantastic free agents. Starting off with a centre-back from Germany. He's only 19. It is Antonio Kaufmann joining us. He's 76 overall. The next man we go in for is a new striker, 18-year-old, 73 overall, by the name of Jensen Steele, coming into Morecambe, an Englishman. And our biggest signing of the video so far. I know we bought a new goalkeeper last season, but I just couldn't pass up on that opportunity. Maybe the Manuel Neuer region, and now that we are Championship Club, we are eligible to buy 80+ rated players. This is Elias Becker joining us, 19-year-old, 81 rated goalkeeper. Fantastic for present and future. We've also made a couple of sales. Harvey McAdam goes to Ross County for 480k. Alfonso Carvajal, we only bought him last season, but now we bought a new goalkeeper. Of course, we didn't need him anymore. He goes to Las Palmas for 3 million. And finally, yes, we've also bought a new striker. Javi Romero, the lowest rated one, goes on loan to Auxerre. Our squad is once again quite thin, but with the additions of course, Becker, who goes into that starting spot. Even though Barsham was the captain, we have a team now consisting of a front 3. Rossi, Echeverria, Kuzesh, 75, 71, 76. Kramer is 79 rated, very good. Steele on the bench, but I think he goes to the start 11. He will chop and change with Echeverria. Our first championship season ends in 6th place. We are in the promotion playoffs. 76 points. 19 wins, 19 draws. That is just too much. I think we've had the most draws in the whole division, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. We came from behind to defeat Norwich in the first round of the playoffs in the semi-finals. To face Fulham in the final. Can we get immediately promoted to the Prem? No, we absolutely get crushed by Fulham. 4-0 in the Championship playoff finals. Liverpool win the FA Cup over Spurs, whilst we've been knocked out by Manchester United in round 4. And finally, the Carabao goes to Manchester City over Fulham, whilst we've been knocked out by Crystal Palace in round 3. We are looking at 32 goals by Echeverria. What a championship striker this is. Kuzesh still delivering. He's 77 overall at 28 years of age. 78 rated Rossi, 20 goals and 13 assists for him. And 6 goals and 11 assists for a 20-year-old 82 rated Kramer. What a player this is. I mean, the growth of the front three is very, very notable, as well as Kramer. We have a fantastic centre-back in Kaufmann, a really, really nice goalkeeper in Becker. He's 86 rated. What a crazy thing is this. Even Puig has developed into a 77 rated player. Bruno 78. The first thing I'm doing in season number 5 is bringing in a new centre-back. Borges didn't really develop as nicely. And I've just found an absolute superstar at 19 years of age on that free agency list. A Dutchman, 84 rated in Emil Kramer, joining us here at Morecambe, an absolute game changer. A second game changer we bring in is a fullback. He can play on both right back and left back. He's 18 years of age from Spain. We had to be on our heels because he was already approached by Atletico Madrid. It is in Aki Hurtado coming in, 18, 82 right back / left back. Another 18-year-old coming into the club, this time from Serbia, a midfielder, centre defensive midfielder, in Branko Juric, joining Morecambe. And finally, apart from Echeverria, I'm not really trusting my strikers, so I bring in yet another one from Germany. He's only 18 again, 75 rated already. In Damian Schmitz, the German, joining Morecambe once more, our fourth and final signing. After those transfers in, we've only gone and done a lot of business out. Adam Lewis leaves, Max Taylor, 2 of the OG players, Ravi Romero, we bought a couple of seasons ago, he didn't really develop nicely, so he's gone to Hull City. Tom White, another OG, goes to Jagiellonia for 480k. And then Jensen Steele, we only bought last season, maybe a bit controversial, but he has joined Feyenoord. Not really developing nicely either. I probably still will be looking for a new centre midfielder because that's the thing that's missing most to us. Maybe another winger as well. I couldn't find a decent centre midfielder, but at least I found a decent winger. And that's where we are wrapping up this transfer window as well. From Italy, a man. It is Antonio Martino joining us as our final signing 5 of season number 5. Martino goes on to the bench ahead of Burns. We have Novak on the bench. Juric is the starter now. Schmitz shouldn't start because Echeverria was the best player last season. Kramer and Kaufmann are a fantastic partnership. Hurtado the left back. We have Bruno on the right. I mean, the 5 is done and dusted and we finish in 3rd place this time. It's a much better season than last one. 87 points, just about missed out on direct promotion. However, in the playoffs, we have lost to Norwich. Another playoff loss after the one, of course, from a few seasons back. 5-4 on aggregate as well. And Norwich go on and go to the Premier League as the promoted side. The FA Cup goes to Spurs over Man City, whilst we have been knocked out in round 4 by Leeds on penalties. The Carabao goes to Man City as well over Newcastle. We've been knocked out by Nottingham Forest very early doors, round 2. 22 goals again by Kuzesh, 22 by Schmitz, who has grown to a 79 as well. 20 goals by Rossi, 81 rated. 9 goals, 6 assists for Bean. I mean, looking at this side, we are way too good to play in the Championship. This backline is already a Champions League backline. No matter a Championship backline. At the beginning of Season 6, we go in for a much-needed upgrade in centre midfield. Bean has been very good, but he's only about 74. Now I've gone in for a very experienced 30-year-old by the name of Pape Gay. He's a former Premier League player as well. Second signing this season, and we go in for another midfielder, another talent. He's only 18, 75 overall it is. Saverio Poli, the Italian. We've signed 2 players and now we've sold one in Oswald Novak, who has gone to Hull City for 3 million. Which means that this is how our squad is looking like. Already a bit deeper in terms of reserves. We have, where are these new players? Of course, Gay here, he's 78 rated, 30 years of age. Higher rated than Bean, even though he's already 30, but he's steady and a good experienced player. Very good for the Championship. And Poli, of course, on the bench. A talent. 1875. Really exciting. Season number 6, and we finally done it. Promotion to the Premier League. Second place, just 6 points behind Everton, who have won the championship. Leeds go up from the playoffs, defeating Fulham in that final. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool over Aston Villa, and the Carabao goes to Chelsea over West Ham. We've made it into round 5 of the FA Cup, where we lost to Palace, and to round 3 in the Carabao, losing to Liverpool. This team is remarkable. I mean, just look at the high-rated players. 88 Hurtado, 90 Kramer, 89 Becker, 80 rated Kaufmann, 83 Bruno. We have Vajuri 79, Kramer 87 in midfield. We are looking at 28 goals by 20-year-old 83 rated Damian Schmitz, 21 goals and 16 assists for Kuzec, 12 goals, 8 assists for Kramer, and then 11 goals for Rossi. Season 7 will be our first one in the Premier League. I'm really excited. I can't wait for us to get started in the biggest league in the world. A player that will massively improve our midfield comes in for the first Premier League season. A Belgian, 18-year-old, 82 overall, with the potential to be special. In Lorenzo Simons, coming in to Morecambe. Second player coming in just to strengthen our squad a little bit. A backup left back from Spain. In Federico Garcia, strengthening our team. Our final signing of Season 7 is for a blue-haired monster. I mean, just look at him. An absolutely dripped-up player from South Korea. He can play everywhere in that front three. It is Songju Jung coming in as our final signing to wrap up the transfer window. I have changed the formation for this season to accommodate both Schmitz and Jung up front. Jung is a striker, 77 rated, potential to be special at 18. Simons goes into that centre midfield spot. He's got special potential as well. And then Juric goes to the bench as our CDM. I want to try to sell Bean as well as Birds. Both of those are just surplus to requirement. Once again, some big sales out. Alex Borges, who wanted to leave the club, goes to Young Boys for 6 million. Dara Burns goes to Mechelen in Belgium for 1.8. Patrick Bean finally leaves the club, one of our first signings, to Ipswich Town. We have really developed him nicely, but he goes for 11 million. Matteo Jaramillo for 3 million to Coventry, which means that we'd only have 2 centre-backs left. However, I've made a big brain move by converting Paulie to a centre-back, and he's also gone up, if I'm not mistaken, to a 78, so a big brain move here. Our team right now is looking like this. Kaufmann and Kramer in the defense. Kaufmann has to deliver this season. He's only 80, one of our lowest rated players. Kramer 87, Simons 82, Jung 77, Schmitz 83, and then Kuzec and Rossi, our wingers. Very reliable. With an 89 rated goalkeeper in net. I mean, we cannot get dragged down in a relegation battle. Absolutely not. No excuses there. At the end of the transfer window, we've made our biggest transfer out so far. Our backup left back, Rohan Puig. Of course, we've bought a new left back who has a higher ceiling than Puig. And so he's been season with Morecambe in the Premier League is done. And we finish in respectable 10th spot. Fully mid-table on 52 points. Ahead of the likes of Man United. That's a great season, I would say. The FA Cup goes to Leicester over Brighton. We've actually made it into the semi-finals here. Just about losing out to Brighton. We do brag our first trophy of this rebuild though. The Carabao Cup is ours, defeating Liverpool. Wow, what a success. The stats are looking very good as well. 23 goals for Kuzec, 22 for Schmitz, 20 for our new signing Jung, who's up to an 81 at 19. 6 goals, 8 assists for Rossi, and 14 assists for Kramer, who is 89 rated. Having a look at our team, I mean, this tactic seems to be really worth it. The 2 up top with 2 centre midfielders. Kramer 91, Kaufmann 81. We might just, I don't know, it's going to be difficult from now on to find better players, but Kaufmann could get replaced. I'm really happy with this season, not only 10th place in the Premier League, but semi-finals in the FA Cup and winner of the Carabao. We will most certainly play some sort of European football after that Carabao Cup success. Our Qatari backup goalkeeper is retiring very soon, so I decided to go in for a new backup goalkeeper who's only 17, 73 overall. In Samuel Zapata, a Uruguayan goalkeeper. Next up, we go in for a backup centre-back, because our centre-backs are a bit bleak, to be honest. And that's why we don't go in for one centre-back, but for two. First off, it is the 19-year-old Ollie Perkins, 79 rated. Next up, maybe even more talented than the one before, it is the English centre-back Stanley Partridge joining us, once again on a free as per usual. Pape Gay is also retiring at the end of the season, so we might need to do something there as well. We have loaned out both Samuel Zapata to Fulham for 1 season and Stanley Partridge to Chelsea of all clubs, because both of those wouldn't have got any game time. And so this is how the squad is looking going into season number 8. We haven't changed anything in the starting 11 for this season. We want the players to continue growing. Of course, now we do have Perkins, who is on the reserves for now. I think I'm going to put him ahead of Paulie because simply he has more potential, Perkins. And then season 8 is over and we sit in 6th place. Very good. Only 5 points off top 4. Arsenal, the champions, ahead of a very strong Brighton. The FA Cup goes to Arsenal over Man United, while we've been knocked out in the semi-finals by Manchester United. And the Carabao this time, we don't defend that title. Burnley win it over Wolves. While once again we go to the semis, just about getting beaten by Wolves on penalties. Having a first look at the European competitions, Leipzig win the Champions League over Real Madrid on penalties. The Europa League goes to Athletic Bilbao over Liverpool. We were of course in the Conference League where we finished in 5th place in the league phase. Playoff we didn't have to go through. In the round of 16 we defeated Toulouse 4-1. But then we got knocked out by Ghent in the quarterfinals from Belgium. Brøndby defeating Ghent to win the Conference League. 42 goals by Song Soo-jung. Crazy. 28 by Schmitz, 18 by Kuzaj, our captain, who is 84 rated at 32. And Rossi, almost 90 rated, 89, 9 goals, 9 assists, 16 assists for 91 rated Kramer. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when saying that this team is absolutely world-class in each and every position. Maybe a Kaufmann could get replaced. Becker is absolutely world-class. Simmons is up to an 89. Kramer at 91. I don't know if this formation will hold the entire rebuild, but for now this is good, very good. I haven't really found a lot that could help us in Season 9's market. But certainly this man can give us more depth in the attacking wing positions. He's already 30, 78 rated. By the name of Yang Yoon-yoon, another Korean coming into Morecambe. However, the one man I'd like to think can become a starter in the future. He's only 18 now, already 81 rated, a centre-back. Once more we buy centre-backs. I haven't been really happy with those we had. And so this time it is Marcus Gale. Maybe he can challenge Hoffman for that starting centre-back spot. We have sold Saverio Poli. We had a lot of centre-backs now. He's gone to Real Sociedad for 20.8 million. And then we've loaned out Stanley Partridge to Arsenal and Samuel Zapata once again to Leicester. Marcus Gale is going to develop much faster than Kaufmann or Perkins. That's why he goes into the starting spot alongside 92 rated Kramer. The other two fullbacks are also very good. Kramer and Simons in midfield, and then Schmitz and Jung up top, alongside Rossi and Kuzaj. I want to upgrade on him already. In Season 9, we stay round about where we were last season, missing out on 6 points on the UEFA Champions League, West Ham in 4th. I mean, Chelsea the champions ahead of Arsenal, Man City, but 7th place is a bit of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. Ipswich with the FA Cup over Chelsea. We went to the quarters before getting knocked out by Bournemouth. And the Carabao goes to Man United over Bournemouth, while we got knocked out by the eventual winners, Man United, in the round of 16. The Champions League goes to Juventus over PSG. The Conference League goes to Lyon over Legia Warszawa. We finished in 1st place in the Europa League phase. Wow, we went to the round of 16. Where are we there? We just about scraped past Hoffenheim 5-4. Quarterfinals we defeated Atalanta 4-3. And in the semi-finals we destroyed Sparta Rotterdam from the Netherlands to face Liverpool. And we win the Europa League, our 2nd trophy, real big trophy of this rebuild. Defeating Liverpool and playing Europa League, Champions League football actually, in Season 10. We have fantastic 46 goals by Song Soo-seung. He is 89 rated. Rossi with 18 goals. Schmidt's only with 13 this season. What went wrong for him? I don't know. It was the absolute best decision to put Gale in the starting 11. He's grown to an 80 for Kramer 93, this defender. Bruno 87. We have a 92 rated centre midfield duo. 89 and 90 rated strikers. 90 rated left winger in Rossi. He's an absolute OG. And Kuzec, who I'm not so sure yet if we will find an improvement on next year's market on him, for him. 7th place in the Premier League is not too great, but winning the Europa League is absolutely fantastic, which will enable us, of course, to play Champions League football in Season 10. I'm not gonna lie, there haven't been a lot of options on this season's free agency market. Still, I'm gonna go in for a couple of players. First of it is a 19-year-old right midfielder from Albania in Tariq Lala joining us here. And a second backup player for the other wing is a Swiss international in real life. He's already 32 in this save. It is Dan Endoy joining us from the free agency list as per usual. Lala is 76 rated. He might get loaned out for the first season. We have Young Yun and now Endoy on the wings. And Martino might get sold on the reserve. We had a little bit of a vacancy in midfield. That's why I decided to go in for one final player this season. A centre midfielder. Another player called Juric from Croatia. He looks very similar to the Juric we've got as well. So it's Vlatko Juric, maybe the brother of the other one. Coming in, a centre midfielder, 1977 overall. We've also done some business here, selling Antonio Kaufmann to Chelsea of all clubs. He's 25.82, and we needed to make room for other centre-backs. Antonio Martino as well. The left winger goes to Anderlecht for 6 million as we've just bought 2 new wingers. This is the team we are rolling with for Season 10, and I do believe that we are very strong in each and every position. Kuzec is now the lowest rated. Gale is an exciting prospect, he will grow. And all the others are already fantastic. A big test is in the house. The UEFA Super Cup, as the winners of the Europa League, we will face the Champions League winners, Juventus. Let's see how this goes in the Waldstadion. It's a 4-1 defeat, a very big hammering. We get humbled here at the beginning of the season. After 24 games in season number 10, we are sitting in 3rd place. Very well, our best place so far we've ever occupied in Premier League history. And sensationally, we finished in 1st place of the Champions League phase with 24 points. 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Of course, we had to face PSG in the round of 16. We finished in 1st place in the league phase. PSG had to go to the playoffs, but we have to face them immediately in the round of 16. This is the first leg in Paris, in the City of Love. Let's see if we can grab something here away. And it's a 4-2 win. Gale, Kuzec, Jung and Schmidt, 4 different goal scorers. We absolutely tonk PSG in the round of 16. Second leg should only be a formality at Globe Arena. Let's see how we go with our super team. We lose 2-1, but we win 5-4 on aggregate. I mean, it was too tight. Schmidt gave us the lead. We were 5-2 up on aggregate, but then Kovacevic and Barcola turned the game around. And I mean, of course, in the quarterfinals, we had to face Real Madrid. So back-to-back super teams, PSG and then Real Madrid. Let's not complain. Let's play the game. Away at the Bernabeu. The first leg, it's a 2-0 win. Kramer and Rossi score our goals. What a vital away win in Madrid. Once again, even against Real Madrid, the second leg should be a formality. Let's go to the Globe Stadium. And we lose 5-2. That is incredible. Real Madrid go through. They have turned the game around. Rossi gave us the lead. Shevchenko, Vini Jr. with the turnaround. Schmidt even gave us another equalizer, but Pes and Mbappe with the other goals. This is absolutely shattering, earth-shattering. We are out. Season number 10 is done, and for the first time ever, we finish in the top 4 of the Premier League, so Champions League football for season 11 is assured. We've even won the FA Cup, defeating Arsenal 3-0 in the final. What a game, what a win. The Carabao goes to Man City over Wolves. Here we've been knocked out by Chelsea early doors in round 3. The Champions League in the end goes to Barcelona in an El Clasico final over Madrid on penalties as well. The Europa League goes to Atalanta over Köln from Germany. And finally, Leverkusen bring yet another trophy to Germany. 3-1 against Man United in the Conference League final. Jung has once again delivered. He's 91 rated, 33 goals for a 22-year-old, 29 goals for Schmitz, 22 for Rossi, and 10 goals for Kramer, but the drop-off from those three to the others is crazy. We've done an absolutely remarkable job this season, third in the Premier League, winner of the FA Cup, and of course, quarter-finalist of the Champions League, winner of the Super Cup as well, if you count that, but third place in the Premier League is the most important thing. Hopefully next season we can challenge even better in both the Prem and the Champions League. It does hurt, doesn't it? We have about 200 million and we can only spend it on free agents. That's where it really hurts this moment in time. But in season 11 our first signing is a centre-back by the name of Pavel Jovanovic from Serbia, giving us backup in the defense. The second player we sign is yet another sporadic squad role player. A 20-year-old, 77 rated right midfielder / right winger in Adrien Simon, coming in from the free agency list once more. And finally, just to give us a few more options in the striking position, we go in for a 20-year-old, 79 rated Portuguese named Thiago Ferreira, our final signing of season 11. Once again, also a clear out. Marcos Echeverria goes to Club Brugge, a big servant to the club. But he's now 30, he can have a few years more at Brugge. Young Yun goes to Chelsea for 16.6 million. And Stanley Partridge, of course we've bought a new centre-back as well as winger. That's why those two go away. The three new players are all on the bench. 21-year-old, 77 rated Simon, 79 rated 20-year-old Ferreira, and centre-back Jovanovic, 21, 83. He's the third best centre-back in the club now. The first game of the season is at Wembley Stadium. We are, of course, the winners of the cup. So we will face Chelsea, the champions of England. Let's see how this goes. It's a 3-0 win. Schmitz, Jung, and who was the other goal scorer? Jung again with a brace. Destroyed Chelsea in the first competitive game of the season. I'm also changing the tactical preset to wing play for this 11th season. Let's see if this changes anything. We are only in 7th spot after 24 games in this season in the Premier League. 12 wins, 6 draws, 6 losses. 42 points after 24 games. However, we have once again topped the Champions League phase stage. With 21 points, we have crushed that, absolutely. In the round of 16, we will face Bayern Munich, first away from home. Let's see how this goes. A very difficult matchup, and it's a 1-1 draw to start off with. Kuzesh and Fofana with the goals. Here we are for the second leg at Globe Arena. Full strength starting 11. Can we overcome Bayern? Yes, it's a 2-1 win. Schmitz, Kuzesh with our goals. Musiala gave them one back. But we win on the night and on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, it will be Manchester United coming to Globe Arena. Just look at the overalls on the players. I mean, Kuzesh 83, Bruno 89, all the others in the 90s, even Gale now at 90. We have to get through here, get an advantage at home. It's a 2-0 win. Kuzesh and Jung with our goals. 2-0 advantage to go back to Manchester. This is the second leg away at Old Trafford. Of course, last time we were in a 2-0 lead, we blew it away against Madrid last season. Hopefully we don't do the same this one against Man United. We lose 2-1, but we go through 3-2 on aggregate. Kuzesh gave us the lead on the night. We got overturned, but not enough. And we are through to the semi. Next stage is the second to last stage. At home first against Juventus, the Italian giants. Once again with our full strength starting 11. And it's a 4-0 win. We absolutely destroy Juventus. Schmitz with a brace, Kuzesh and Rossi with the other goals. We completely overrun and overcome Juventus. A whole list of different players for the second leg. Nothing can go wrong. Even though we're playing a rotational side, it's another 2-1 win. Even though we played with mostly second fiddle players, Jung and Endoy score our goals. Which means that we are in the Champions League final where we will face PSG to win our first ever Champions League. The Premier League season, we finish in 4th spot 8 points behind champions Man City. We couldn't win the league. At least in case we don't win the Champions League tonight, we will be once again a part of it next season. The FA Cup goes to Manchester United over Burnley, while we have been knocked out 10-9 on penalties in the quarters by Man United. The Carabao Cup is an all-Manchester affair, City defeating United, and here we've been knocked out in the quarters by Wolves. A very surprising Real Madrid in the Europa League. What are they doing there? They're normally the kings of the Champions League, but they win it over Athletic Bilbao. While the Conference League goes to OGC Nice over GA Eagles from, I think, the Netherlands. Stats are looking amazing, especially Young Soo-young. 39 goals in 63 games. 29 for Schmitz in 63 as well. 27 for Kuzesh, who still kept himself at an 83. Rossi also still at the 90 with 16 assists as well. However, now it is time to face PSG at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid for the Champions League final. Reds, Morecambe against blue PSG. Schmitz this is. Looking for Jung, but I think he's offside. No, he isn't. It's Jung who hits the post. Oh my god, what a chance. Still not over though, it's Rossi. Rossi looking for Hurtado. Into Schmitz again. This is Simons. Looking for Bruno. This is Gale. Gale with a back heel. What an intricate piece of play here. Great display. And Donnarumma with another big save. Yet another corner. This is Kuzesh. We don't win the header, but we get a second one. And Donnarumma with yet another save. We've had so many corners here at the beginning of this game. Maybe this one. But again and again. Next corner, next try. Another header, free, and another Donnarumma save. It's been practically all corners and Donnarumma saves in that 25 first minutes. From the other side once, this is Kuzesh once more. Wow, what was that? Did you see that? The header back into the path of Young, and Jung it is scoring the opener here against PSG. I'm still a bit shocked here. I mean, it was a corner, nothing came from it, and then they just headed it back into ourselves, into Jung's path. Somebody just headed it back from PSG, and Jung was there to collect the scraps to make it 1-0. And now we are on the counter. Great ball into Rossi. Rossi looking for Jung. This is Jung. This is 2-0. I thought it was offside because of the yellow sign, but it's not. It is 2-0 to Morecambe after 44 minutes, just before half-time. Corner now for PSG. We get it out though, but a bit of a tangle here. They get the shot off, and Becker with another good save. Good attack here. Rossi, what a counter. What an opportunity here. This is Rossi still. Rossi looking for Schmitz, and they nearly score an own goal. I bring on Simon for Rossi. He's relatively tired, and also Jovanovic for Gale. Great tackle here. This is Schmitz looking for Kuzesh, our captain. Back to Schmitz with the outside of the boot, and a good save by Donnarumma. As PSG come forward one more time, but that was blatantly offside, and that should wrap the game up actually. Only a few moments left. Long ball. Kramer into Schmitz, who won't get it. Maybe he will. This is actually maybe a chance here. Schmitz still keeps it in, but doesn't get it through. Should be over by now though. It's 5 minutes over, and the referee blows. The game is done and dusted. The rebuild is done and dusted. Morecambe, from the ruins of League 2 to the Champions League winners. It took us 11 full seasons. A lot of hard work has been done. But these guys deserve it more than anything. We've built an absolute super team, and Morecambe will be crowned in a few moments' time as the best club in Europe. But lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild, then please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. It really helped my channel massively. For now, I'm gonna let you enjoy those title celebrations as per usual. With Kuzes, the OG of this team, lifting the Champions League. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. Until next time, I'm out.